Hey, and good afternoon, everybody. This is meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here on the Weather Nerds YouTube page with a winter storm update on the storm system hitting parts of the country currently. It's definitely a tale of two seasons with this storm, that's for sure. A winter storm, winter part of it that's providing blizzard conditions across areas of Nebraska and South Dakota. And then you got the rainy portion of this stretching back from Minneapolis back down to Chicago and into the southeast, to say the least. If you're new to the channel and you've not subscribed to the Weather Nerds YouTube page, where have you been? Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you're alerted for future content as well as any more live broadcasts. And give me a thumbs up or give me a comment down below. I always like to respond to everybody as I'm slowly building this page. We're about almost 3 months into this journey, and hopefully you can be part of this weather family. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're talking about here with this current storm system that is impacting parts of the country as it stands right now. Again, you've got that winter element of this, seeing the snows here across areas of the Dakotas, stretching all the way down into Kansas. And then, of course, you got the wet and rainy portion of this through Minnesota, stretching back through Chicago, back through Ohio, and coming back up toward the north there with the rainy conditions there. But it's really the areas across areas of South Dakota and Nebraska that has been kind of the heart of the story here for most of the day. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer into this area here. As you can see, the snows they're moving in a direction in this general direction. So they're moving from the east back to the west. That's what we call retrograding with that area of low pressure there. So areas that have been kind of snow free around Rapid City may get a little bit of snow for tonight, but basically this low is going to be doing a bit of a loop-de-loop, kind of coming around like this as we go through time, and that's when we're going to see things to slowly clear out. It'll be another day before it kind of clears on out, but you can see these screaming northerly winds been kind of racing in here like this all day. You kind of got the winds kind of wrapping around this area like that, and then you got a southerly winds coming in like this. So it is, you got a surface low and you got a upper level low that are kind of merging. The upper level low kind of becoming the dominant feature here as we go forward through the next 24 to 36 hours, to say the least. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to the watches and warnings. You can see what's going on with that. Excuse me, as I am fighting a little bit of a cold right now. We've got, again, you've got these blizzard warnings. That's all these areas sitting here in orange, and I'll zoom in a little bit closer here. You can see that. Oops. And you see this orange area. That's where they're expecting the blizzard conditions, at least through tonight, and then should be letting up as we go in through tomorrow. This is a little bit of icing concern in here with the purple area, and then you got the winter storm warnings that kind of around the periphery, or winter storm advisories around the periphery of this storm. As it slowly begins to move on. It's going to really take its time, not really in a big hurry, to say the least, on that right now. Now, I do have the latest high resolution model looping going on this right now, and you kind of get an idea of what's going on. So you've got a storm that's still, again, doing a loop-to-loop. It's kind of a retrograding system. So you've got the low kind of going like this and then going into a circle like that. So it's going to take a better part of a day for it to kind of clear this area out first. But then we'll see the snows increasing across areas of Missouri as we go into, you look at the loop down there on the bottom, you're talking about going into the 27th, so by around lunchtime there. And then some of this may work its way down into areas of Tennessee, North Alabama, North Georgia. Might see some snow flurries and snow showers with this. I'm not expecting anything significant with this as far as snow totals are concerned with this. But again, this is what we're looking at for right now for the next, say, day and a half or so. All right, so let me go to the interactive on this. I'm going to go ahead and step you through. We'll take a look at the snow totals on this. So let me switch over to the snow totals, and we'll take a look at what the latest is on this particular run. And so let's take you through here for the next 24 hours or so. So you see most of the heavier snows is falling into South Dakota. You're still getting snows there into Nebraska. But then as it gets to the tail end of the run, look at the snows picking up through Missouri, Iowa, and going into there as we go into the 27th. So in a couple of days, you're looking at snow be shifting from the plains over into Missouri. Not overly heavy snowfall amount. It's by this point, it's not nearly as potent as it was when it was impacting the area like today. But you still may have some travel concerns across areas of Missouri. And then, like I said, this is expected to begin to shift off in this general direction. So where areas of Tennessee in this area will be impacted with the potential for winter weather as we go into the end of the week going in toward Friday. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the cameras out here a little bit. We'll show you what's going on. Lincoln, the snows have kind of come to an end here for a moment. You see the very picturesque snowy conditions. It was coming down pretty good earlier this afternoon, coming down pretty well. Now, over into Kearney, it's still coming down pretty good there. You can see the snowy conditions that are down the railroad tracks. Very picturesque, but I'm sure folks are just having to be careful on those area roadways with that snowy weather coming there through that part of Nebraska. Now, going over to Omaha, the snow area is coming to an end there. That's the Falcon retreat area right there. But the earlier I will see the snow is coming down pretty good there over into Omaha. And then these two cameras, these could be getting some snow a little bit later. Deadwood, of course, that's all the way over in the western portions of South Dakota. Deadwood could be getting some snow here a little bit later tonight, as that snow is getting closer to that right now, as well as over to Sturgis, South Dakota. That could also be seeing some snowy conditions there as some of that snow comes back to the way. I don't think it will amount to a lot for those parts of the area, but again, just to watch out for the area. The main concern is really going to be down across areas of Interstate 90 crossing South Dakota. That's probably where the biggest problems are going to be. Now, let's go back to the, I want to pull up some storm reports. I want to go ahead and take a look at some of the storm conditions here as I go ahead and kick into here and show you some of the storm conditions. I want to go ahead and pull up these up real quick, the local storm reports, and kind of see what's going on with some of those storm reports here. So let me highlight a couple of these for you so you can see blizzard conditions here in Ainsworth. So you're looking at up to 6 inches of snow being reported there, 4.5 inches of snow there in Knox County, Knox, Nebraska, 4 to 5 inch estimate so far, 3 inches here, 1.5, 4 inches, not a whole lot there, so 5 inches up near Ponca. So you can kind of see where a lot of this is. It's not been overly hard, but remember what's going to happen with this is that snow is cutting off for the moment, but as we go through time, again, you're talking about the snow probably coming back at you as this thing's doing a loop-to-loop, kind of coming back. So the snows are cut off for a minute, so this area may get some more snow as the low begins to trek back off toward the east as we go through the day for tomorrow. So you're not through with the snow there just yet. These areas in here will be the areas that will be getting a lot of the heavier snow here through the overnight hours from South Dakota down into Nebraska, parts of Colorado, and of course parts of Kansas getting in on some of that snow as well. So let's go ahead and pull back out here. I'm going to pull the other way here. Oops, let's go the other way. And we'll turn these weather reports off here for a second from the Spotter Network. Alrighty, and I'll go ahead and turn these wind vibes off too. Don't need those up right now. Alright, so there's our storm system. That's what we're going to be looking at for tonight. Again, it's going to stay pretty nasty across South Dakota, especially for tonight, Nebraska, areas of Kansas, parts of Colorado, and then eventually getting into Missouri in a weaker form as we go through, heading toward the 27th. Going into a little bit later this week. Of course, I know a lot of folks are off this week, but the travel headaches will be a problem through there. Numerous delays, a possibility there as this storm system moves off. And then this is for this particular event. Looking at some of the long-range models, we may see several type winter storms. So we're just getting started on this as we go through the next month. We got a colder weather pattern moving in. You're going to be looking at the potential for more winter storms to be coming in, and I plan to do more live events like this when I can, when I'm able to do them for folks during the storm. We'll do multiple updates throughout the day. We'll do our long-range video projection for postings, which are my traditional postings. And so if you'd like to be part of being notified when we have these kind of storm systems, I'll tell you the straightforward on this. I do not hype every storm. I've been doing this for 25 years, and not every storm is the end of the world. Yes, this is a snowstorm. Yes, the blizzard conditions are kind of borderline. I'll be honest with you on this. This one's, it's bad, but not as bad as I've seen. I've seen some ones that really been humdingers, and this one's an okay storm, but not be all end all for people who live in this part of the country who go, yep, it's a winter storm. We're almost to January. So anyway, if you can do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you know when my next update is. I plan on doing another one for tomorrow morning. Then I have to take off to head on down to see some of my folks for a few days, and then I'll be back at the end of the week for my normal updates at that time. Okay, that's it for now. Again, we'll have another update for you in the morning. We'll see how conditions are then. Until then, have a safe and pleasant night. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for an update. Till then, have a good night. Bye-bye.